I just can't, if I'm being honest, it feels like I'm just stuck in a nightmare. We're going round and round in circles trying to piece together what could have possibly happened. And we've just got to keep such an open mind with everything because we just have no idea where she is. It's like she's just vanished into thin air. There's no evidence to point us in any direction.
All we're doing is sitting there going round and round and round, going through every scenario, and then go back to the first scenario again and do the whole thing again, and then it's just all day long. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, it just can't make sense that this is actually happening and here we are.
Hi Grizzlies, and welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K. Today we continue to look at the Nicola Bulley case. Let me just give you a quick rundown of the case. So a 45-year-old mother of two little girls, aged 6 and 9, has been missing since January 27th. She has lived in Lancashire for 25 years and is originally from Chelmsford, Essex. She's a mortgage advisor. She was walking along the River Wyre in St. Michael's on Wyre in Lancashire in the UK. She, as I say, has been missing since Friday, January 27th, since 9:20 a.m. She was actually last seen at 9:10 a.m. She's white, 5'3", 1.6 meters, and speaks with an Essex accent. And she was last seen wearing an ankle-length quilted black gilet jacket, a black Engelbert Strauss waist-length coat, which was worn underneath the gilet waistcoat, tight-fitting black jeans, long green walking socks, ankle-length green Wellington boots, a necklace, and a pale blue Fitbit. Now, for everyone who saw the CCTV footage pictures, I got a lot of emails saying, "Oh my word!" but it doesn't look like it's blue and all of that. But it actually is black. That's what her family has said. So let me show you quickly. These are the pictures, and I can understand when people say it looks a little bluish or whatever with the tone of the picture, whatever, but it's still from CCTV footage, and her family has confirmed she was wearing black that day. PT Notterman, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Crime to Sleep says, strange case. It definitely is. And today, a specialist underwater search team has joined the search with the equipment and everything, so we're going to look at that as well. Let me show you here. Right here, underwater search specialists begin work in the Nicola Bulley case. Yesterday, while we were live, we were still wondering, are they going to go? Are the police going to authorize them to go? And they, in fact, did. So let's have a look at that, because that's the major development from today.
So you'll be good for 80s pub quiz.
The underwater search unit with us, so we've got another dive team to back up the police, and we got a really specialist bit of kit, high frequency side scan sonar, which we've got a very high hit rate. I was the first to bring it into the UK in 1999 and sort of pioneered the use of it over here. So I'm
just going to pause every now and then to make some commentary. It is also how fair use goes, so just bear with me. I will link the videos afterwards for you if you just want to watch it through without my commentary. And what I want to say there is, if you remember the Kylie Rodney case, the police had searched for quite some time. It was almost a month. They'd been searching for Kylie Rodney, a 16-year-old girl who went missing around a lake area. There was a party happening right there. And then a specialist dive team came in, and the police are like, you don't need to look here because we've looked already at everything. And they went in there, and they say within half an hour, but within a few hours, they say they found Kylie Rodney and her car in the water right there where her phone last pinged. So when you have people, you can have people with the best equipment ever, but if they don't have the experience, maybe then they might not know how to use it or see. Let's just even say the police had the best equipment ever. They still, if they don't use it on a daily basis like these specialist search teams do, then maybe they're going to miss a few things, right? And this team has been working for decades with this equipment, as you can hear, from 1999 already bringing this equipment in. So I'm very happy that they are there, either to eliminate the possibility of Nicola Bulley being in the water, or to find her, which will be very sad either way. And we are there to support the family 100%. Please keep it kind to all the family. Someone made a comment yesterday saying, why do you need to remind people to do that? Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea how ugly the comments can get. Families are watching, friends are watching of Nicola Bulley. And yes, sometimes the comments can be absolutely brutal. So I do need to remind everyone, unfortunately, especially in an ever-growing community. Most of the OGs, the original Grizzlies, know exactly how we do it over here with empathy and kindness. Some new people might not, and they might just say whatever they want, and it really hurts families and friends. So we want them to know we support them 100%. Grizzlies are behind their back. They really need our support. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so let's go here.
Can find anything with that, and if Nicola is here, I'm happy that we will find her if she is in the river. So we're going to be coming down from the weir, and we're going down towards the estuary. There's a fair stretch of river, and we'll be looking at the bottom. I mean, it is deep in places, it's shallow in places, so it's not so much of a challenge, it's more of a slower process. Normally we can cover about 10 miles of river a day with a sonar, but this is quite a windy river. But it's not that wide, it's not that fast moving, so it should be quite straightforward. Knowing from my experience, normally drowning victims go in and they're normally within 200 or 300 meters or very near where they went in. So I don't think she would have gone a long way. The river is not in flood from the first time I've seen it today. If we had storms and there was lots of flood water, then I would expect in the high flow for a body to get carried. But once a drowning victim goes to the bottom, they tend to stay on the bottom for 7 or 8 days, and they sort of just move slowly along the bottom. But that, again, if it's flooded, that's different.
So I love how he explains everything here, because they did say they may take up to 3 days to search this area properly. So just so you know, it's not like, okay, right now they're going to wrap up and that's it, it's the end of the day. They're going to take about 3 days, and they only started today. And yes, you are right. Let me find the comment. Someone is saying it's probably dark now, because it's after 6 p.m. there. For me in the Netherlands, it's 7:07 p.m. So yes, it's probably dark there now, and they might be wrapping up for the day. I'm not sure exactly. We'll have a look on Twitter for updates. But I'm so grateful that they're out there.
Different, but it's not.
Do you believe that she is in the river? I think you might cast some doubt on that.
Well, I think the police, they're doing the right thing. The clear evidence is the phone was by the river, the dog harness was by the river. So I think that's their only clue at the moment, and we've got to be able to eliminate this river so we can either confirm or deny what's in here today. Yeah, I mean, the police, I believe, think that she's in here, and obviously that's where the evidence is actually pointing us at the moment. The police are doing a great job. It's a big task for Lancashire Police to do. This is a particularly long stretch of river to search, and we just bring that backup resource to work closely with them at this instant.
We understand that Paul called you personally. What could you tell us about that conversation you had with him?
Well, Paul called me the other day we spoke, and he was then speaking to the Lancashire Police to bring us in. That afternoon, there was a bit of miscommunication, but they agreed to bring us in because we do the police diving anyway for the whole of the southeast. So we're a well-known police operational team, and we bring that expertise, and we've got a very good working relationship with Lancashire Police at the moment. Paul's extremely distraught. I've just spoken to him just now where we're staying, and my thoughts go out to the family and friends. It's a very difficult.
Okay, so I'm going to just interrupt there. He's saying Paul, Nicola's partner, is extremely distraught, and as you guys know, I'm in contact with friends of Nicola and Paul, and man, they are. He is so distraught, and same with the friends. It's terrible. It's really hard. As you guys know, oftentimes if I cover missing persons cases, families have been on the show. And when you're in contact with families, it's really hard to hear like everything that they have to hear, all the messages they receive, all the theories and everything. So also like just keep that in mind, keep everyone's mental health in mind as well. But this is so scary because today and the next 2 days, it's such a scary thing to think, okay, well, at least there could be answers. But if there's no answers, for example, if they find her, devastating. If they don't find her, it's terribly scary as well. So that's why I want to make sure we support the family and the friends 100%. We show them love and support.
Difficult time. I'm used to dealing with, families of drowning victims, it's a horrible thing to be going through, not knowing where your loved one is, and that's the, if anyone puts them in his mind, it's a horrible thing. You don't know where your mind is. If we can't find her in the next 3 or 4 days in this river, if she's not here, then I'm confident she's not in this stretch of river. I'd be very confident of that.
So how long are you expecting to be here today?
I don't know how long we're going to be here. We'll probably be up here operationally probably for the next 3 or 4 days working. We'll do what we can for the
3 or 4 days. 3 or 4 days. So today is Monday. So until the end of the week, maybe until Thursday, depending on if they find anything before then, of course, as well.
Family and to assist Lancashire Police as well. So.
And how often do you get requests like you have from Paul?
We get a request a fair amount from families when they can't find loved ones.
How often do you?
Okay, so we've got that. And then let's quickly go over this again. You may have missed it before. So this is what replicas of what Nicola Bulley was last seen wearing. So as described earlier, welcome if you're new. If you haven't followed this case at all, I hope that you will check out the playlist that I've made for you, because there's a lot of things that we uncovered in every single episode. I'm going to clear up the CCTV questions. I got a lot of emails about that, of exactly where it is, and just everything about that. So we'll look at the map again. And just to go over the timeline one more time here, at 8:43 a.m., Nicola walked along a path by the river Wire after dropping her children off at school. And then at 8:47, she was actually seen on the lower field with her dog Willow. At 8:53, she sent an email to her boss on her phone. At 8:57, she texted someone whose mortgage she had recently signed off on to arrange a play date with the kids. And then at 9:01 a.m., she logged into a Teams call. Now, if you missed my YouTube short, I hope you check out my YouTube shorts, because oftentimes I offer you guys like updates as they happen right there on YouTube shorts. What I shared with you yesterday were 3 updates received from the family and friends, right? So one of them would be that every single Friday she had this Teams meeting. It wasn't like this Friday was something really strange that she was having this meeting. It's what she would do. She would mute her mic and put the camera off, but the phone would be on loudspeaker, and she would walk around listening into the meeting, usually on loudspeaker. So that wasn't unusual to have that meeting on a Friday. The second thing I cleared up yesterday was the clothing. When people said, oh my word, the police were wrong, it's blue. It's not blue. She was wearing all black. It's just maybe the tint of the photo. And now I'm trying to think, what was the third thing? There were 3 things in that YouTube short. We'll get back to it. So she was seen on the upper field at 9:10 a.m. Willow was off the lead, no harness, which is normal for Nicola. And then at 9:20, the phone was back on the bench. That's what police know from telephony, they say, from technology, maybe even just knowing with the phones, technology, did it move after that or not? It seemed like it was placed on the bench. It didn't move again from 9:20 a.m. And at 9:30, the Teams call ended, but Nicola stayed logged on. And at 9:33 a.m., a witness actually found Willow running between the gate and the bench, as well as the dog harness between the bench and the river's edge. Now, yesterday, that video that I showed you of a random dude on YouTube that showed us, well, he didn't show it to us. I just got it on YouTube and I showed it to you guys. And I wanted to link his channel for you. He's actually privated the video, which I'm not sure why, because that video was from June 2021, but it's still on yesterday's video. He walked through the gate, so you could see how that gate looks. It's a bit of a strange shaped gate. It's not just like a normal swing one, right? So going through the gate, we saw the bench, we saw the edge, like that. I don't want to call it a cliff, but you know what I mean, like what should I call that? The edge up to the water. And how steep it is and everything like that. So we saw that, and we also saw how deep the water is, which isn't all that deep. You can swim there. It's actually a popular swimming spot in summer as well. Tony, thank you so much. You say your support for her family is so incredible, G. Thank you so much. So yes, okay. Now, what I want to show you is this one. This is kind of why, as well. Yesterday, we were all about, supporting the family by keeping an open mind, because it's very upsetting that the police hadn't cordoned off the bench area with like crime scene tape. It was never really a crime scene. They didn't ever close off the area. The public were allowed in and out to go freely. that whole Friday, the Friday night, the Saturday morning, they only arrived at about 10:30 or so. The family was already standing there from 8 in the morning. They did take Willow out there the next day. For everyone asking, why not take Willow back and see how she reacts? They did. They took Willow there. Willow didn't really react around the gate and the bench. Willow did seem to react just a little bit around that place where Nicola was last seen, which I'll show you again on the map. Okay. Yorkshire Tea, thank you so much. You say appreciate your fact-based approach and the snark. Yeah, sometimes we get snarky where appropriate. So thank you so much. I want to show you this clip because this dude says it like it is. Former crime commissioner attacks police over the case. So we're not here to attack police. We support the families. We support police. But really, man, those first 24 to 48 hours in any missing persons case are so crucial. And they are important questions to ask. And it is interesting. Why are they announcing this is the only hypothesis? You know what I mean? Like the primary one. It's not the only one. It's the primary one that they're working on based just on the phone and the harness being there. Because as we know, an abduction can happen in seconds. We've seen it in so many cases worldwide. So I think a lot of us are concerned about that. Like, what about that option though? You know, and if it's just like, nope, she fell into the water. That's it. It's just hard. It makes no sense. It's hard to imagine just that. There was also something that the friend had told me. They want to remain anonymous, just so you know why I'm saying the friend the whole time. So the anonymous friend of Nicola and Paul told me that there was a time where one of those like life-size teddy bears actually fell into the water there. And there's lots of fishermen also out there on that water. It's a perfect fishing spot. It's a perfect swimming spot. Okay, so it's calm water. It's not like rapids or something. And this teddy bear actually floated between where it fell into the water and the weir for a few days. When it didn't just like float over the weir like everyone's saying, you know, if someone fell in there and hit their head and drowned and then they go over the weir and out to the ocean. It's not quite that fast moving. So even I love this little bit of information. It really helps to understand everything as well, especially from locals and especially from family and friends. So I really appreciate that as well. Okay, so let's listen to this.
I'm finding this all very odd and slightly concerning because
I just want to boost it a bit. If you guys are new to the channel, we do a Grizzly boost sometimes where we just boost the volume just a little bit so we can all hear really nicely.
As someone who used to run murder inquiries and now lectures on murder inquiries, there are two golden rules in any case like this. One is to respect the golden hour. The first 24 hours are absolutely crucial to a case like this. Yeah. And the second is to keep an open mind. And to hear the police say that this is a tragic accident, on what we've got in the public domain at the moment, I cannot understand that statement. And at a stroke of a pen by saying that, they are reducing the publicity. They are clearly upsetting the family who are now speaking out against them. And they are putting all the eggs in one basket, which professionally I find very odd.
And obviously the family now upset by a lot of conjecture on social media and elsewhere. You know, is there something they know they're not telling us about why they actually dismissed any kind of criminal involvement so early on?
Well, quite. And we do know from what they've told us that they have a CCTV black spot, a place where someone could have gone into that field. And we know that they've got a 10-minute window, which they can't account for. Well, you only have to look at the Julia Jones case in Kent a couple of years ago. The lady, the PCSO off-duty, walking her dog who was tragically attacked. Yeah, that attack less than 1 minute. A 10-minute window. You cannot rule out criminality. You cannot rule out a third party being at that location.
Right, especially in such an early stage of the investigation. Yes and no. Tayyib, we are not at all looking at the partner. The partner was on CCTV footage at the home. And at this point, it would be very cruel to be looking at the partner, which is Paul. He is absolutely distraught. He's trying to hold it together. He's trying to stay strong for his two girls, which are only aged 6 and 9. So hence I say, on this channel, we're supporting the family and the friends, okay? So, okay, we need to explore logical options, and that is what we did yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's 2-hour stream, I've time-stamped everything for you so that you can just skip to the parts that you want to see. I would recommend watching the whole thing, but if you don't have time for that or don't want to, just go to the chapters that you want to see because we covered a lot of information yesterday. Today's really a follow-up and an update from yesterday.
And of course, with Sarah Payne, we had 9 different hypotheses as to what happened to that little girl. With Nicola, there's 7 different hypotheses. Only one of them is she fell in the river. So I am very confused by this, and I feel for the family, because you try and keep the publicity up, you try and keep hope up by exploring every angle, every line of inquiry. And what the police need to do now is explain why they've shut 8 of those 6 out of those 7 nights of inquiry down.
Yes, I love that. Put the pressure on. So someone in chat was asking, what is a weir? It's WEIR. A weir or low head dam is a barrier across the width. I'm just reading you the definition so that I don't botch it at all. It is a barrier across the width of a river that alters the flow characteristics of water and usually results in a change in the height of the river level. So it looks almost like a little step, and it makes the water just go fast over that. Yes, Nancy, I see the TikTok. I call BS on it, especially based on the comments. They're saying no, they're still searching, and yeah, we are going to see things like that at all times. We're going to see rumors like that pop up, especially now. It's quite a sick world we live in, you guys. That's why you might think, why do I sound so, I don't know what, preachy, or like, why am I reminding people of these things? You don't know what the families are going through. You don't know what's out there, what people are saying. It's absolutely horrible. Oh my goodness. Now that, like, they found a naked lady in a loft and it's her, but it's not announced as her or anything. They're still continuing the search. I will keep an eye on it. If there's any facts to bring to you, or plausible explanations or hypotheses, or asking for the police to answer to something, sure, we can do that. I will bring it to you if there's any news, though.
And one feels for the 2 kids involved, of course, still waiting about news for their mum. But just to go back about what we know so far, I was going to ask you whether this 10-minute window is actually a help or a hindrance in terms of trying to work out what happened where, because clearly they've said there's no signs of skid marks or feet or whatever going into the river or even away from that bench, and the phone's still there on the bench as well.
I cannot believe that you've got senior officers saying this is clearly a tragic accident. There is a lot to suggest this could have been an unexpected attack or a kidnap of a lady distracted on her phone and with a dog. And don't forget, the dog was found dry and out of its harness, both of which are unusual if she's fallen in the river. I have dogs. If I fell in the river, my dogs would jump in with me. So this just doesn't ring true. And I'm not sure why they're doing this. The police need to answer this concern, because I'm not the only person, the ex-professional, saying this is very odd. The police need to reassure people and reassure the family, otherwise they're going to lose the family.
Yes, absolutely. Reassure the family, protect the family. Exactly. So for everyone saying, what, a naked lady was found, it's a rumor created by a TikToker. So take it with a very low sodium diet grain of salt. This happens in every case. There will be rumors. I will investigate it. There's nothing on the actual news about it, though. So I'm ignoring that one for now. Okay. Sorry, I'm laughing at someone's comment there. Thank you all for being here. Please like the video and share it with hashtag Nicola Bulley. And if you go to also hashtag Grizzly2Crime, that will be very helpful to categorize it all together so people know that they can find information here with us.
And what happens in terms of police forces asking for outside help? I mean, I think I'm right in saying Sussex Police did have some extra help coming in terms of manpower and so on, but just also new lines of thought and inquiry.
So there's 2 things that I'm surprised hasn't happened yet. The first one, and you're right, Mark, mutual aid, as we call it, would always be called in a case like this. Lancashire's not a very big police force, neither was Sussex, neither was Dorset, but I just left. So mutual aid is quite common in this sort of case. But what they haven't done, which actually is recommended after 9 days, is be reviewed by another force, an outside force coming in, just sense checking that they're doing this right. And actually to reassure the family and to reassure me and various other professionals watching this strange development, I think they should now call in an outside force to review.
Nice. I like it. I like the way that guy snarks it right up. He's like, we need answers. What is going on here? Why are they saying that's the only hypothesis? I just love it. I love it. He says it just like it is. Right? Okay, so let's look at this again. Nicola Bulley's search of river wire could take 3 days, say experts helping police. And of course, we saw the interview in which they said it could even take 4 days. So we are going to look at the map again in a moment. A leading forensic search team who has joined the search for Nicola Bulley has said it could take up to 3 days to conduct a thorough search of the river wire, into which police believe she fell on the 27th of January. Bulley, 45, from Inskip in Lancashire, vanished, apparently without a trace, on the morning of the 27th of January while taking her dog Willow for a morning walk close to the River Wyre in St. Michael's on Wyre. Lancashire Police have been searching the Wyre, but have so far not discovered any evidence that Bulley fell into the water, although that is their working hypothesis, which is also what the crime commissioner was saying, the former crime commissioner was saying, is like, just based on the phone being there and the harness, you're like, yeah, she fell into the water, but there could be so many other possibilities. Oh my word. Okay, so let me quickly show you this, which was sent to me by that family friend, so that we can understand the CCTV thing, because everybody's been sending me emails arguing with me about where the CCTV is. But I'm taking information from the family who knows the area well and who went out there afterwards as well to look for Nicola, to look at what's going on. And what they say with the CCTV camera, we're going to look at exactly where that is. I'll zoom out in a moment. Is they say camera green, the green pointing down towards the gate was working and nobody was seen entering or leaving. And you see the red. So this is to clear it up now. From yesterday, we were like, was it working on the field? Was it not working on the field? Camera red pointing over the fence into the field was not working. Okay, so that is the CCTV footage that's not working, the camera that's not working, which is unfortunate because it sees over the fields like that. I wonder if abduction is a possibility, if someone would have known that. You know what I mean? Probably. Okay, so let me just quickly find this other picture that I wanted to show you, which is this one. So they say here, metal fence, like this, metal fence, locked gate, CCTV cameras that we just looked at how it's working. This is that Garstang Road, okay? And what they're saying is that there's like a fence line here as well, but you can actually from here walk like this, and you can get around it. You can get around it to go here. And this area, especially where that red dot is one that they'd be interested in searching, or interested in the police searching, because it hasn't really been searched yet. And they say it's kind of derelict. It's like a bit run down here. Like anything could happen there. I know everyone's saying we need to search, the Wyreside Farm Caravan Park. Apparently that has been searched, although it was only searched on the Monday after Nicola went missing on Friday, January 27th. That caravan park was searched by the police on the Monday. And so they need to also search here, I think, right? I mean, they're looking for footage here as well, because there's no CCTV cameras here. So this is an area of interest to look at. Now, if you are out there and are helping out in the searches or whatever, just make sure you stay safe, stay in groups. Police are also keeping people out of areas because the caravan park owner is being harassed tremendously. Apparently, it's a lady. And yeah, she's being attacked online, as we see in every case, which is just very unfortunate as well. Also, I forgot to show you this clip here, where they say here, specialist dive team arrives. So wish I had some like heroic music to play, because they arrived. Look. Very nice. Okay. And also, the family has done some digging into that unoccupied / abandoned, unoccupied, maybe occupied, renovated house across from the bench. And based on everything they know about who lives there, and it's like a long family line since I think like the 1700s, apparently it's not sinister. Okay, so that's the only update I have on that. Then let me quickly see what's going on here. There's something else I wanted to show you. These are just little updates that I have for today. Thank you for being here as we go through this. I just wanted to bring this to you so that you know what's happening with the searches and everything, so we can all follow along. And I will bring you news as soon as there is news, if there is news. I really hope that they can eliminate the possibility that she's in the water, because that seems great for hope that she's still out there and that she can be brought home. That'll be amazing, right? Objection Cake says, have they used scent dogs, or is it too late now? They actually have. They have used sniffer dogs, as they said. So yes, sorry, I'm just trying to find something, and I'm going to go to the map. So that's the next thing. Let's play the map time song. Here we go. Okay, so we've got our map going on here. Okay, so I'm sure if you guys have been here a few times now, you know. She dropped the kids off at school here at St. Michael's on Wire, Church of England Primary. And going this way, walking up this Blackpool lane, and then across this tow line. Across here, and then we go here. Okay. So, that CCTV picture that we saw earlier, let's get the pen out, shall we? Is literally here. This is where that gate was and everything that they showed us, right? So this is where the bench is. And that's where her phone was found at 9:20. Willow was found running between the gate and the bench. And that was at 9:33. Okay, the phone placed on the bench at 9:20. At 9:33, someone found Willow running between the gate and the bench. That's the other thing I wanted to clear up. You know, I've asked a few times now on a live stream to you guys, especially like, what is going on here? Because they said a pair. There's a friend who spoke to a pair who last saw her. And that pair of people, and it's not an au pair or anything like that, it's a pair, two people, said that they last saw her laughing and joking. And that and their account of things, it just seemed like that's different to what everyone else was saying. But that's been cleared up. Those two people last saw Nicola Bulley at the school when she dropped off her kids. Okay, that's where they saw her, and there she was laughing and joking and then going on her walk. So all the other information was the initial interviews with them of like, where did they find Willow and where did they find the harness and the this. It's from what they heard in the beginning, and that's just been like regurgitated, if you know what I mean. Since then, things have been majorly updated. So that's where the pair saw her, was at the school. Okay, so she walked here, normal meeting at 9:01, logged in for that. And yesterday, that friend was saying she was walking along up here. But a lot of people have also said, of course, sometimes her route would look like this because you can see the path. You can literally see it. It can also be like this. You see this path here? Look at it. You can, oh, sorry, my bad. I got to do it again. You can also go along the path like this, all the way around, loop like this, go back up and round back to the bench. So she would do that sometimes, which we could see from Strava. So here's the bench, again, I say. And yesterday what I was told was that she was actually, you know what I was told? Was that she was walking up here. So it could have really been from the bench cutting across because someone saw her on the lower field. Okay. And then walking up here, right? And she was last seen here around this area at 9:10. That's the last official sighting of her. Now we know the phone was placed here at 9:20. But there's lots of possibilities for that, besides her walking there and placing the phone there and then falling in the water, right? And now someone asked earlier, well, if there is a plausible theory for an abduction, if that's a possibility to explore, how would they do that? How would someone do that? My theory would be, and that's my opinion, then you can have different opinions and please submit them on email, grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. They are looking for footage on this road because there's no CCTV cameras monitoring this little stretch. And you could literally drive all the way down here. You could drive to there, or you could drive all the way down here. See, that second one is what I'm talking about. You could literally drive a car in here and just wait there. And my theory yesterday was, well, then would it then be two people? You know, it could be. But someone else emailed me and said, what if it's someone, I don't know, that could attack a woman and chloroform the woman, put her in the car, then walk over across the field to put the phone there, leave the dog there and everything, and then go back and leave. Could also be. Okay, what are you guys saying? The pen. Elaine says the house was searched by police. No, volunteers searched the house, and apparently the owner themselves went inside the house and didn't see her there. Generally, Jen says, geez, drawing a masterpiece and we're missing it. I'm just checking what you guys are saying. Is Drip Drop in the house? Hello, Drip Drop. I see everyone saying Drip Drop. Drip Drop's in the house. Damn, we have a VIP guest here, you guys. Welcome, Drip Drop. I can't see your comment. It's like up there somewhere, but thank you for being here. Welcome. Really nice to have you here as well. If you guys don't know who Drip Drop is, it's a channel called Crime Circus. So go check it out. Okay, so you want me to paint again? You guys want me to paint again, don't you? You're like, can you draw it again? Okay. So walking on the toe line. Bench. Okay, we got that. Let's make the pen just a little bit smaller, shall we? In fact, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. So, bench is here. The police think she fell in the water. Okay. If there's other theories, let's explore that. So, if Nicola was on the conference call, she would have been either walking up there and this way on the top, or this way, like this. You could see there's a path there. You could see it. So walking like this, and then around here. She was nowhere near the water at 9:10. Last she was seen was up here. This is the upper field. Upper field. Okay. This one is called the lower field. So last seen here at 9:10. To me, this spot is a vulnerable spot. What do you think? If not, sure, that's why the police are exploring the rivers and everything and looking to see if she fell in the water. I'm going to show you another clip now from someone who went out there at night to shine their torch in the water so we could see the rocks in the water there. So if this is a vulnerable position, if someone could even abduct her here, then how in the hell does the phone stay there? Now, as we saw, the expert that's actually out there looking for her with that sonar said that the phone could be placed here as a decoy, which, yeah, it could be. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I think I missed a sticker there. Thank you so much. Have they checked for any Jane Does in hospitals? Anyway, we could check online. I actually haven't seen that. Someone sent me yesterday speaking of which, it's not hospitals, but someone sent me yesterday, there is actually a website for all the SOs, sex offenders in the area. And some of them, wow. I mean, in Lancashire, it's a small town. And where's that? There was a statement I read yesterday. Where was that? Wait. I actually tweeted it out. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, because sometimes I tweet out things that I haven't shared here. Let me take the map off quickly. Let me tell you what police said. They say this. Police have admitted there is no evidence that missing mum of two Nicola Bulley fell into the river while walking a dog when she went missing last Friday. Extensive searches have been ongoing for more than a week after the mortgage advisor vanished as she walked her dog alongside the river, minutes after dropping her 6 and 9-year-old daughters at school. But Superintendent Riley said it's highly unlikely that criminal activity took place in the 10 to 20 minutes that is currently unaccounted for. Why do we say the 10 to 20 minutes? It's because of this right here. I think I make actually a little graph. Wait. There you go. That's why. That's the 10 to 20 minutes, but an abduction takes seconds. Laura Richards says that as well from the Crime Analyst podcast. Takes seconds. Experts say they know. An abduction can take seconds. So they're like, well, it's highly unlikely that criminal activity took place in the 10 to 20 minutes that is currently unaccounted for. Police do not believe Nicola was taken or assaulted. Their working theory is still an accidental fall into the water. And if it turns out to be that, and if they find Nicola, at least the family will have answers. But we've got to keep an open mind. Okay? Then Superintendent Riley said, this is a low crime area. It's genuinely a safe, tight-knit area. People look out for each other. A third party being involved that we haven't yet had sightings of, we haven't caught on CCTV or dash cam or all the other things I've mentioned is just not likely. Like, lady! I got so snarky after that because I'm like, sorry, what? Like, what did they say? Okay, someone has emailed me. I will have a look. Because it doesn't matter how safe and magical a place is. Crime can still happen and you have to keep an open mind. I was just like, what? You're going to say it's such a safe and idyllic little area. Nothing will happen. What? You're like, no, bullet points today. We did some in the beginning. Thank you, Sparkly Little Chicken. I always like saying your name. Sparkly Little Chicken. More excellent analysis by Ms. G. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ooh, okay. Very nice. So Matthew has sent me an email. Good. Let's just see what Sharon has also said. Yes, we looked at a what do we call it? A potential abduction on January 7th yesterday. So for everyone emailing that to me, check out yesterday's episode. I've also time-stamped it for you as well. So Hold on one second. I just want to see. Matthew has sent some videos. Let me try to download them quickly. I'm assuming that you went out there, Matthew. Is that what I'm seeing? I'll check it out now. Okay, so let me first show you also. Just get out full screen mode. Yeah, there's a Facebook thing here. I always feel like this is going to be such a quick update on nothing. But we got so much. We got so much to go over. So, okay. I don't know if it needs a trigger warning, but I'm going to put a trigger warning out because it's a little eerie seeing this at night. Here you can also see the gate. Look at this gate. It's kind of round like there's the gate and it's round like this, and you can see a dog here too. And this person exploring with Danny is actually going to shine a torch into the water so we could see, well, what are the rocks like? Because some of the theories of her, if she had lost her footing on that like hilly area, the edge of the water, and slipped, she could have hit her head. That could be possible, right? Okay, so let's look at this.
I mean, it is quite steep down there, but even if you fell in, you know, it's quite shallow there on that side. But there is a lot of debris there, a lot of big brick and stuff. So
yes,
if you were to fall in and hit your head on one of them, you probably would knock yourself out 100%. Looks like a breeze block, maybe sandstone. But yeah, don't believe the dog has jumped in there at all.
Yes.
A little public area here.
A kissing
public
gate.
path. Got some more stuff here, so I think we'll go over it. Molly, come on, girl. Come on, girl. Come on. Hip, hip. Come on. Up. Up, Molly. Come on. Come on, Molly. Up. Up. Molly. Come on. Come on, girl. Good girl. Come on. Good girl.
Okay, so we saw that. That looked pretty scary, right? Okay, so let me just quickly have a look at what I've been sent here. There's a photo. Matt, who's in the chat, thank you for emailing me this. You sent a picture of them arriving. Very nice, very nice. Let me look at what else you sent. Let's look at video, this one. Oh. Okay, and then let's open another one.
On the news everywhere, look, all the media is on there as well.
All the media out and about. And that one. Okay, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. If you're out there, wellies on the ground, boots on the ground. As Van said earlier, he's one of the mods here. Wellies on the ground, you guys. I love it. Okay, so let me just quickly see what I missed. Hold on one second. Yeah, so Willow was actually trapped because there's that kissing gate, as you guys said, it's called now. It's like roundish like that, so that animals can't get in and out there. So she was pacing, sort of. Pacing, is that the right word for a dog? She was a little bit agitated, going between the bench and the gate at the time. But when they took her back there to the area the next day, because that was the family's first thought, like, let's take Willow back out there and see if she reacts to anything. So for everyone asking, yeah, they did. She didn't react there at the bench or at the water or anything like that. But a little bit, they said there was a little bit of a reaction there at that place at 9:10 a.m. where Nicola was last seen and where the CCTV camera is not working in the one angle. Okay. No problem. Matthew says, I'll send more now. I'm having an issue. No problem at all. Thank you so much. If you send it to me, then normally I would like put it together in a nice compilation. So I'll probably do that. So yes, we're almost done for today, for today's updates. There's so much happening, of course, as we could see. There was one other thing I wanted to show you, which was actually, if we go back to the map here, and we look again at the fields, and there's this fence area here, right? if someone had, I don't know, walked Nicola this way or forced her to walk this way, other areas that need to be checked would be also around here, this way around, because there's all kinds of buildings here, wooden cabins, things like that. This Rowan Water one, these are wooden cabins, I believe. Can I put the Google man there? Google man, can you go there? Go to the .t. Yes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we can't really see over, but there, you could see the wooden cabins right there. So, I mean, I would even say, I mean, that hasn't been checked from my understanding. They need to check there as well, and all along this side. Go this way around and check around. Yes. Okay. So, let's see. Dales. Expletives not to leaders says, anyone consider that if she was abducted, then the abductor may have taken her to the Dales? It's only an hour away, which is 50 miles. It's a massive national park full of moorland. Very interesting. Denise said, did they ever find the dog's ball? I know that was talked about before. Her friend Emma said that she didn't take the ball along anymore because it used to disturb their walk so much. So apparently there wasn't a ball. I can see everyone answering as well. So good job. Good job. Thank you for that. I love it when Grizzly's also chipping in. You're like, no, this was cleared up. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Before I go, I just quickly want to see that I've shown you everything that I want to show you today. Did I even read this? I don't think I read this in the beginning. Did I? No. Lancashire Police. Afternoon all. We just wanted to let you know the latest as our search for missing mum Nicola Bulley enters its second week. The detective leading the hunt for Nicola has stressed the force is doing all it can to find the missing mum of two. And as part of our continuing efforts, we are again appealing for anyone with dash cam or other footage to submit to us. Our working hypothesis remains that Nicola, 45, sadly fell into the river for some reason. But we remain open-minded and we are continuing to carry out a huge number of inquiries. Our priority throughout this investigation has been on finding Nicola and providing answers for her family. They are being supported by specially trained officers. In a new statement released today, Nicola's partner Paul Ansell said, "It's been 10 days now since Nicola went missing, and I have two little girls who miss their mummy desperately and who need her back. This has been such a tough time for the girls, especially, but also for me and all of Nicola's family and friends." And I can vouch for that, you guys. It's really hard, as well as the wider community. And I want to thank them for their love and support. We are also grateful to Peter and his team from SGI for coming up and helping support the work of Lancashire Police as they continue the investigation. If anyone has information which could help find Nicola, I urge them to get in touch with the police and help us provide the answers we all so badly need. Our inquiries so far have included searches of the river and riverbank, which have extended all the way to the sea using specialist search teams, sonar, search dogs, drone and helicopter, house to house and CCTV. We have also spoken to numerous witnesses, analyzed Nicola's mobile phone and Fitbit, and searched the derelict house on the other side of the river. Well, it's not a derelict house, apparently. It's occupied but going through renovations. But okay, they need to search the other derelict houses we showed today. You know what I mean? Okay, so yes, very nice. They searched that on the other side of the river, as well as any empty caravans in the vicinity, which is why the family and friends showed us that picture today we looked at of where they would like the police to still go and search, right? We would like to remind people that much of the speculation and comments on social media are both unhelpful to the investigation and, more importantly, hurtful to the family who are going through agony as they wait for answers. To read more detail, please go to our website. So they've got that as well. They've got the last seen picture, the CCTV picture here of Nicola, which we've looked at as well, the map that they've shown too, and a picture of Nicola right there. So that is that update there. And then if we look at this specialist group, I just want to see this one clip that they just updated here. Let's see it.
The search for the 45-year-old Nicola Bulley. The sonar equipment itself, they say, is the absolute best in the world, and that it can detect every single stick and stone that may be on the riverbed. About an hour ago, the founder of SGI, Peter Faulding, told the media that if they've not found Nicola in the next 3 to 4 days, then he is confident that she is not in the part of the river that they've been checking. Here's what else he had to say.
I think it's a bit of a long stretch to go to the sea, knowing from my experience, normally drowning victims go in and they're normally within 200 or 300 meters or very near where they went in. So I don't think she would have gone a long way. The river is not in flood from the first time I've seen it today. If we had storms and there was lots of flood water, then I would expect in the high flow for a body to get carried. But once a drowning victim goes to the bottom, they tend to stay on the bottom for 7 or 8 days, and they sort of just move slowly along the bottom. But that, again, if it's flooded, that's different, but it's not.
And what happens now, Sophie, because as you were saying earlier, there's a 12-mile stretch, which is an awful lot of river to cover, part of it a tidal stretch. But we're thinking this equipment can actually literally map the sections as they go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was speaking to a different member of the SGI team just a few moments ago, and he told me that the team will continue to work today until they're physically unable to. So whether they run out of fuel or they run out of light, until that happens, they're going to continue working. He also told me a little bit about how the sonar itself works, which is really quite interesting. So aboard the boat that has the sonar with it, there's a person who's observing the live feed of what it's picking up. And if they get what he called a hit, then they're able to view that, and a response can then be actioned. And if necessary, divers can then be deployed to really get into it and check exactly what's been found. So as you say, it's a 12-mile stretch, or around that anyway, between where I am here, where they believe Nicola was last seen, and where the river meets the estuary in Fleetwood. So there's quite a lot to check, but they've told us that they think they can do the entire thing within a day or a day and a half. So we should be seeing results very, very soon.
Okay, if you missed all the updates where I say the family has taken Willow out there again to see how she reacts, check. We've looked at an area that they want the police to search as well. So we've done all that. So just make sure you go watch the replay of this episode here. I just quickly want to see something that I was saying.
The search things.
Okay, so thank you to Matt. I see there's quite a few things. I want to just check them out first before I just show them, because I'm not too sure what you're showing. So thank you so much for sending it. I will check it out, and then I'll bring it to you guys in the next episode. Blockella says, is this the British AWP? Yes, or the British Equisearch, shall we say. Yes. Okay, so one more thing, one more. I keep saying one more. Just one more, guys. Just one more thing. There is actually a site which I will link as well for you guys. So, trigger warning, I'm about to show some SOs. Latest offenders in Lancashire. I really hope, I'm saying this because I really hope the police are looking at this. I hope the pressure's on to look into all of these people as well. All the SOs in the area. You just never know. It's common in cases if there is an abduction type situation, if that is a possibility. Look at all these guys too. Look at all of them. There's 4 pages of them. So let's go back to the beginning. You see here, you could see a whole lot of them right here. Named and shamed, right? Oh my word. So scary. There was one that I could see, the other day I'm like, what? Oh my word. See, this one's a high risk SO who sexually assaulted woman. That one, let's just see the next page, because there was definitely one that I was like, what? Like this one, damn. Double rapist who murdered a teenager. Oh my word. I hope they're looking into all of these guys in the Lancashire area. I mean, they need to look at pretty much everyone in the country, because they could drive far for that. But I will put that link in the timestamps for you so that you can check it out too. I think it seems like a privately run website. They've got buy me a coffee links, so you can buy them a coffee to support the work that they're doing, which is really great to list them all like that. Generally, Jenny says, I do hope the family gets answers sooner than later. Yep, same, exactly. Okay. So, thank you so much, Matthew, for sending me things. I will check them all out. I think it's coming from an iPhone too, so it's like a little bit of a thing to download. I will do my best to download them and check them all out. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who's sending me emails. I appreciate that too. You are all sending me, it's like 50 emails that just rolled in now. So thank you so much. I'll go through all of those. I do have another live stream today on the Aiden Fucci update. So let me just quickly make that public so that you can find it. That's happening in about an hour. So I will see you live again in about an hour. Thank you so much for being here for today's updates. I really wish the search team well. I really hope it goes well today. And tomorrow, I'm sure they've packed up for now, right? They said they're going to continue on until they can't work anymore. But I really hope tomorrow and the next day and whatever that they can thoroughly check that river and either eliminate the possibility that Nicola's in there, or that they can find her so that the family can have answers, which will be devastating in itself. And then we must still be very kind. Always be kind to the family, show them support. All right. So Rochelle Pranzo says river maybe, but lots of other possibilities. Must think out of the box. Yes. And as that former crime commissioner said, there would be 7 possible explanations for her disappearance. So why they're only looking at one, just based on the phone and the harness being there. And I saw a question earlier of like, why is the harness on the floor? She always took the harness off Willow when they went out to the fields, and then Willow would be able to run around like that. So yes, Crystal Rose says, I hope Nicola is found safe and well. I'll keep you guys posted on any more developments. As I say, please check the community tab. Please check my YouTube shorts, and definitely check me out on Twitter, because I share a lot of updates on there. Much more than I could share here, because it's like, as it happens, I'm like retweeting and sharing and posting things, screenshotting things. So if you are on Twitter, find me there. My handle is @GrizzlyGizzler. And I could pin that as well afterwards. Thank you so much for being here, and stay safe, especially if you're out there. If you're out there, wellies on the ground, boots on the ground, feel free to send me footage. Feel free to send me information that could be helpful as well, that I could present. I really appreciate all of that. And you guys, will see you in about an hour in the next live stream. Thank you so much, mods. Bye, everyone.